swear to God, I didn't know that was his cousin.
How were you supposed to know that was his cousin,
How the
though?
hell I was supposed to?
Tonight we will be interviewing Miss Claudine Hart. She is the host of Queen of Hearts podcast, so you guys make sure you follow the podcast. This is from Brooklyn, New York, and she's a wicked gal, okay? Shout out to Jamaica in the building. So she's just going to discuss her long-distance relationship with her fiancé, how they were high school sweethearts, and Facebook allowed them to rekindle their love. So we're so excited to have her, and we'll go ahead and put her up on the queue.
Thank you so much for doing the show tonight. Welcome in, you guys. Welcome to Love at First Sight. Here we just highlight any couples that met online. We talk about online dating, long distance relationships, and potentially play matchmaker. If you're single and you're struggling with online dating and you just kind of need a safe place to vent and just kind of discuss your issues, we're here for that. And maybe one of our guests might be your man or your girl. You never know, All the videos we upload on our YouTube channel, so take your pick, and we'll clearly label them singles. So you can take your pick. You might find your boo thing on here. So let's get into our guest, Miss Claudine Hart.
Hello, hey.
Oh, the early gang. Early gang,
yes. Hello.
So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, I'm Claudine. I am a fiancé. I'm very, very happy to say that finally. I never thought that day would come, but that does not define me. Claudine, I'm a fiancé. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Yes.
I'm in Christmas spirit here chilling,
We love it. And mama, what do we say?
Hey.
Y'all, we was just joking pre-interview. I saw the Christmas ornaments. I'm like, okay, Santa Claus is coming to town.
I did that.
I need to put up my little tree, my Charlie Brown tree, girl.
I mean, my house is not Christmasing like it used to. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know. Just switch some things up and stuff. So it's not giving.
It's beautiful. Right. Come to a Christmas tree. And y'all, look at the hat. Look into the hat tonight. The look. It's giving much tweet, okay? It's giving tweet. It's giving black. It's giving tweet, okay? Yeah. You look good.
Thank you, Gotti. Thank you. I did that.
Yeah, Queen of Heart podcast. You were doing a podcast. You say you kind of took a little hiatus real quick, but let's talk about that. What do you kind of talk about on your show? We love to promote Black business, and that's your business. That's your baby. So, what do you want to tell us about that?
So I started Queen of Hearts just to talk about a plethora of everything, sex, relationships, careers, politics. I just wanted to cover just everything overall. So that was the main reason for me starting. But sometimes, life gets in the way, so I couldn't. I put that in front of me. I had a lot going on, so I was like, all right, I can't right now, not at this moment. So
right. What inspired you to start a podcast? Was it the wave of podcasts that we're seeing? Like,
not
I got
even
something to say.
Not even. I feel like I give great advice when it comes to just dating, relationships, or anything. I feel like I give really, really, really good advice, and I like to talk to people and give out any information or be as helpful. So I thought podcast was perfect.
Yeah. Well, look, make sure you guys follow. I'll plug it in for the YouTube. But yeah, let's get this back on the podcast wave. Like I was telling her pre-interview, I don't care if all of us got to be guests. You know what I mean?
Right.
I get it. We start businesses, we start ventures, and sometimes, we get discouraged and, we just fall off. But it takes a village, and everybody Black. Let's get together and support. Even if you do once a week, once a month, we're here to support you any way that we can. So thank you for sharing that. Let's get into you and your boo, okay? Because that's why we came here.
All right.
Miss Beyonce, okay? So you were telling me pre-interview, you guys were high school sweethearts. You met in the early 99, 2000s, okay?
Correct.
And you guys are dating and you broke up. And can you tell us a little bit about that? You guys, rekindled 20-something years later? How that worked?
We sure did. So, we're kids, so I wasn't ready to receive him just yet. But I'm glad that we met. But so we broke up, still remained friends, had a love-hate relationship, lost touch, went our separate ways, and then 2010, 2011. I'm just like, I wonder what he's up to or what is he doing? So I was searching for him through Facebook. I didn't find him that easily, but we had a mutual friend. So I was like, let me see if the mutual friend has him on the friends list. I requested him. He accepted, went straight to his friends list, and bam, I found him.
We're some detectives, man. Women are
detectives. Listen.
This said do.
Found him, and we've been keeping in touch since then. And whether it's phone number, I've changed my number a couple of times. Yeah. So kept in touch, and just a couple of years ago, like we just reunited, and we finally seen each other in person, and took it from there.
I guess what place were you in life? Like, what made you kind of like think about him? I mean, were you kind of reflecting? You know how that future meme is about to come during holiday season, the one where they're like, I was just thinking about you, you know.
Or the future memes.
Yeah, that's it, the future meme. Like, yeah, like I was just thinking about you, you know, around the holidays. What, like, were you in that mindset? Like, no shade, but were you in that mindset? Were you just kind of reflecting?
At that time in my life, no, I was not. I was more in the not necessarily lonelier state, but I don't know, I was longing for something, and I knew he was always the one that gave me that unconditional love. Like, it was always him. Even when we first dated, even into just our friendship throughout the years, he was just very passionate. He was somebody that, you know, I can go to, you know?
Yes. I think we all have that. So do you think he was the one that got away? You never hear that on the woman's side. Like, it's always
he was
definitely.
Okay. He was definitely the one that got away, but at the same time, like I said, I wasn't ready to receive him just yet. God introduced us, and then that was it.
I love that. I love that. So, like, before you met him, I mean, what was dating prior to that? Like, were you using dating apps? Like, what made Facebook kind of like, I don't know, the main event? Like, were you not using dating apps at the time, or?
Well, at that time, we reunited as friends. You know, it was just strictly friends, and I wanted to just, you know, keep him close by. Just, you know,
I'm here if you need me.
Right. So, you know, like I said, just remaining friends throughout the years. But recently, well, in 2019, when we got together, or even before that, I was not on any dating apps. I tried it once, and it was a epic fail. And epic fail. And I said, all right, I'll never do another dating site, and I never did. But just when I was looking for him back in like 2010, that's when Facebook. But just dating throughout the years, I said, nah, I can't do dating apps anymore. Like, it just wasn't my thing.
What comes to mind, I guess, like, what were some things that just, you know, discouraged you from dating apps? Like, if you don't mind sharing, even one example. Did you go on a date and it was just horrible, or what happened?
No, you know what? I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna just keep it 100. All right. So there was a popular dating app here I don't remember the name of it, but everybody was using in the New York tri-state area. So I went on it. Actually, one of my friends at the time referred me. She was like, you know, you should go on this app, you know, maybe you'll find someone. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll do it. And guys was in my inbox, but I wasn't reaching out. She was like, maybe you should, you know, take the initiative to talk to someone. So then I see this guy. I'm like, he's cute, handsome. I'm gonna just reach out to him. And all I said, no lie, hey, how are you? I think you're handsome. Have a good night. That's all I said.
I like that.
So, hold on. So
there's more.
Oh yeah. So the next day, I called my kid's father to talk to him about something, but he was just very angry, and I'm like, "What is wrong with you? Like, why are you so angry? Oh, so you on dating sites now?" I'm like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "What? How did you know I was on a dating site?" "Oh, you was trying to talk to my cousin." I'm like, I swear to God, I didn't know that was his cousin.
How were you supposed to know that was his cousin, though?
How the hell I was supposed to know?
In New York, I mean, is New York big? Is it small? I mean, does everyone know everyone in New York? I thought it was like a melting pot.
Honestly, it's millions of people here, but at the same time, it's like a small world. Very small world. And I didn't mean for that to happen. I don't even know how his cousin looks. So that was it for me. I was like, yeah, I'm done. Nope, he's not on dating apps.
Oh, God,
one and done. Yeah.
Honestly, that sounds like guys. I've had that experience with guys. Sometimes they're just as messy as girls, like as far as gossip. Like they just can't wait to go tell another guy. Like either they think that it's a setup and like they want to prove their loyalty to their homie or family member, or either like, I don't know, they just feel like they're full of themselves. They're like, yeah, man, she was trying to holler at me, man. You need to check your girl. You know, like, boy, ain't nobody checking for you. Okay. And I guess, like, segue, what made, you know, your fiance so different from what you were experiencing, like, in New York? Like, why him? I know you said he was the one, but, like, what made him the one, you know, that you wanted to reach back out to?
You know, the Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 13, love is patient, love is kind.
Oh, yes.
And they always said, replace the word love with the guy's name. And if he follows up with everything, then he is the one. Chris is patient, Chris is kind, yada, yada, yada. And I knew he would. It's like I already knew, but it's like I needed the confirmation, and I got the confirmation. And the confirmation was when he flew to see me, to tell me he wants to be with me. He was 2 weeks into a new job. Told his job, I have an emergency in New York. I gotta go.
Right.
Came up to New York. Looked me dead in my face. I want you. I've been wanting you forever. I can't live without you. Like, I need you. I need you as my woman. I'm like, okay. Like, ain't nobody, like, no one, is this, you know what it is? The initiative to the persistence, because he's been chasing me. Persistence and the attention that he gives me. He doesn't dim my light. He makes me shine. He does not dim my light. Like, his love is seriously like soul food. It's very nourishing. That was what I've been searching for, and I found it. And I'm so thankful. I am so thankful. And everything he said he does. Everything he said he does. And even now, he just started a second job. I'm proud of him. He's exhausted. I'm so proud of him. I'm happy for him. Like, I'm not happy that we're together, but, you know, that we're not together, you know, in the physical. Yeah. But I'm proud of him in so many ways, and I always tell him that. I always give him words of encouragement. He gives me words of encouragement. Like, he pours into me, and I pour into him.
Right, and he's in Florida, right? He's in Florida, and you're in New York. Do you know? Right. Do you know how many miles exactly? I know that's weird. I know how many miles exactly from my booth.
I think it's about 1,100 miles to be exact.
God.
1,100, yeah.
So what advice would you give for people that are doing long distance? I mean, it sounds like you guys have like a sound foundation, communication. You said you don't have the physical, but like, what keeps you going? You know, a lot of people heavily rely on that. What's different? Like, what keeps you going?
I feel like I'm at a point where I'm not going to feed my flesh, and I'm not going to put something I want in jeopardy. I love him, and I want to be with him, and I wouldn't have the heart to even keep something like that from him if I was to ever step out. I don't even have the desire to step out of my relationship. So on my end, there is absolutely no cheating. You know what I mean? And I have no choice but to trust him. I have no choice but to. He said he's not doing anything. I have to trust that. You know what I mean? And I do. We talk all the time, communicate, we FaceTime, we do as much. We have movie nights sometimes. Babe, Sunday night, are you busy? Nope. Want to watch a movie? Yeah. You know what I mean? And we do popcorn, food, whatever. We discuss, we talk about it. Like, he's my best friend. Like, and we were friends first. You know what I mean? So it wasn't something that we just jumped into. Like, it took us to just, you know, we're adults now. We're not kids anymore. Got to know each other, got together, and I trust him. I love him. Like, that's my best friend. The person that, like, I legit prayed for literally came true.
And we were talking about that on our pre-interview, just about manifestation. I know people think it's witchcraft. You hear some preachers talking about that.
Can I tell you my story? Can I tell you my story?
Please.
How I became a fiance.
I would love to hear it.
Listen, it had a lot to do with and I didn't realize until after it happened. Like, first, I wrote down what I wanted in my future husband. I already wrote down what I wanted, shut that book, prayed over it, and I asked God to prepare me for that. Because this blessing, I want to be prepared for it. I don't want to mess up. So that was one. And number two, this whole summer, and I've never said this about any of my exes, but for some reason, I just called him my fiance. The whole summer, I just said, I got a fiance, I got a fiance, I got a fiance. I just kept saying it, and it felt natural. And, you know, guys left me alone when I said I had a fiance. All right, cool, and, you know, go about their business. So I kept using it. Kept saying it, kept saying it, kept saying it.
Wait, did you have a ring on at least?
I didn't. Nope. None. Nope. I had no ring on my finger. I had no ring on my finger. And I just kept saying it, and it came natural. And exactly 1 week before I went to go see him, 1 week before we got engaged, I went to Barnes & Noble's for a study guide. They didn't have it, but right by the study guide section was this wedding section. Wedding books, cocktails, mocktails, bridesmaid dress, color schemes, yada, yada, yada. This whole bridal section. So I'm just looking through the books, like, oh, that's cute. I would have, okay, I like that idea. Yeah, I was just in that wedding section. I just felt in the moment. 1 week later, go see him in Florida. We're watching TV in his living room, and he just looks so nervous. I'm like, yo, what's wrong? Oh no, I'm just nervous. I'm just thinking about our future. I'm just thinking about marriage. And I'm like, okay, well, I still have a ring on my finger, so whatever. So he ain't said nothing. He got right up and walked away. I'm watching TV. I'm laughing. I'm just watching TV. He comes out of nowhere on my right side, and I'm still watching TV, and I'm still laughing, not paying attention, just
this is my
rolling, you know, rolling, laughing, and he's right here on one knee, and I'm not paying him no mind yet. And then I look, he's on one knee. I'm like, you dead ass for like the news, you dead ass, you dead ass. And you know, he says a lot of sweet things to me, and the way he was pouring his heart out, and the last things that he said, I want you to be my wife. I've been telling you this. I've been wanting you forever. I want you in my corner. I love you so much. I need you to be my wife. Will you marry me? And then the New York came out of me again. And I said, you the turkey bacon to my egg and cheese. And he was like, is that a yes? I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Like, you the turkey bacon to my egg and cheese. Is that a yes? Yes. So yes.
I mean, you said he was soul food, girl.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So like, listen, the Aki way, you know, the Aki way, the turkey bacon to my egg and cheese. But yeah, and then, you know, we hugged each other, and he did something no man has ever asked me. He asked me to be his wife. And I was honored. I felt honored. I felt happy. I felt blissful. I felt at peace at that moment. And
because that's the moment we're waiting for.
Right.
We're waiting for it.
Peace. And that's something I've never experienced in past relationships. Just, I didn't have the peace, and I was always on edge or walking on eggshells, and I could be myself around this man. I don't have to walk on no eggshells. He literally worships the ground I walk on. No other man, you know, they might love me or care about, but he literally worships the ground I walk on, and no other man has ever went above and beyond like he has.
And he can make you feel that way from a distance.
I don't even have a desire. I don't even have a desire to even step out, look at another guy. Just.
And that's a good point. Thank you for sharing that. That is just so beautiful. And like, I could just tell the passion and just your heart is really in it, and he's into you, because just how you speak of him, like, I love that.
He's amazing. He's amazing. I don't just love him. I like him. I like being around him. I love his presence. I love everything about him. That's my boy. Like, yo, you my nigga. Like, you my nigga. Like, you know, we have those moments, like,
from a distance.
Yo, we gonna walk these goals so we can live. Like, you know, like, we just, that's us. That's us.
I love that. And I think, I mean, if more men realize that women just need that, this affirmation, reassurance, and, you know, it's not being a simp if you tell her, like, I worship the ground. He's probably told you, I worship the ground you walk on. I adore you. I love you. I mean, we take that with us every day, and which, you know what I mean? You lay around thinking about that all day, like, He said that. That's what keeps us going.
And what
That's
else,
what
babe?
keeps
What
us
else?
going.
You know, and like just talking to him and, you know, him confessing his love and how he feels. I'm like, what else, babe? What else I do? You know, and
Talk to me nice.
So
Talk to me nice.
Like, he's so transparent and he's so calm. Like,
I think it takes for you to have an unhealthy relationship or a healthy relationship to know, like, you know, what, you know, true love is. And unhealthy relationships, you know, we give up so easy and it's just like, all men are just trash. But I'm like, girl, wait till you get that good one. I mean, it'll make everything that you ever went through just all worth it. You know, like you said, you feel safe, you feel at peace, you feel like you belong to someone and someone belongs to you. And it's just, I love that for you. And I'm glad that you've experienced that because, you know, you deserve that. You know what I mean? Like, just from our small encounters and talks, like, you deserve that. Everyone deserves to find love in this lifetime. And that moment that you're waiting for when you're a little girl for somebody to get down on one knee and ask you, all these women ask you.
Yeah.
Me?
Something I thought was never going to happen, and it happened. I never thought that moment would happen. There's so bad luck when it comes to dating. Even my last relationship, not a bad guy. It wasn't meant to be. It was for us. You know what I mean? And mutually separated. And I just started working on me. And I knew what I can tolerate. I knew what I wanted. And like I said before, I prayed about it. I prayed about the next relationship I wanted to be in. And I said, God, before you send him my way, fix me. Mentally, fix me emotionally, fix me in a way that I know I won't sabotage this. Just fix me. I'll be single. I'm content with being single. I've done things on my own all the time. So
it's the awareness for me. I think so many people aren't aware. And, you know, and like you said, you give good advice and I could just tell like just how you're speaking and you're passionate. And I mean, I'm always giving friends and advice to my friends too. And sometimes they call me a pick-me, like, you're always saying that it's this or it's me. I'm like, but sis, like, have you checked yourself? Like,
accountability.
How's your anger? Like, are you quick to anger? Are you like easy to talk to? Like, do people have to walk on eggshells if you don't get your way? Because women, we manipulate. As soon as we don't get our way,
what's wrong with you? Nothing.
And man, that man will feel so like on edge, like, dang, I could never make her happy. And I've been that to someone, and I realized my wrongs. And like you said, you just become aware and the mistakes you made in your previous relationships. And I love that you're like, you know what, I need to change and I need to work on me. And if more people got to that point in their life, gosh, it would just pose for way better results.
I mean, you just need that one aha moment for you to realize, like, I don't want to ever settle again, or I don't want to go through this again. So when they said you have to love yourself, that's exactly what it is. You love yourself. That love that you're giving to yourself, you're going to receive it in someone. And that's going to just be your add-on.
Yeah. And you know what to look for.
Exactly.
You can't receive something if you don't know what it looks like, you know, because we were talking pre-interview, when a man does come around and love you and you're not ready for it or ready to receive it, you're going to push him away. And I can speak to me that I was doing that at first, like holding my door. I got my own door.
Right.
Because no one did that for me before, you know, and no one was kind to me. No one was patient, you know, as patient as they should have been. Look, somebody said it, accountability and self-awareness. I'm telling you, you got to be open and ready and know what it looks like. And when you see it, just let him love you. I'm still working on that myself.
That's it. You got to let him lead too. You have to let him lead. And that's something I had to learn. Just, I got this, babe. One time, no lie, one time he was in the car in Florida. I was driving and we went to the gas station. I had the audacity to open my door to get out, and I got cussed out. Don't you ever in your life, in your mother effing life, get out this car. What you doing, pumping gas? I'm like,
yes, sir.
And I have never had that, you know. If I'm driving, I'm usually the one getting at the car, pumping the gas, and you know what I mean. So for him to take that initiative, he wants to lead, and I let him. Yeah, babe, you got this. I'm right behind you. That's it.
Look,
I'm right behind you.
Yes.
I'm gonna let him lead, like you, and that's the as women, as Black women, we can't even have the energy, or we don't even get to be soft in a relationship. We don't get to just be a woman.
In any part of our life, even at work, we're expected to do everything. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to, oh, woe is us, but like everyone expects us to be so strong and like handle things and just take all the shit that people have to dish out to us.
Right.
And now when we could finally just like, you know, when people say that alpha male energy,
right,
you don't need to profess that. It just shows when you walk in the room. As soon as you walk in the room, I literally go into, oh, help me. Oh, I'm a damsel. You know what I mean? You exude that, and I immediately it's like a factory reset. Oh, I'm a damsel.
Yeah, seriously.
Daddy's home.
Yeah, and listen, and that's it. Let him lead. Go ahead, baby, got this. Go ahead, baby, got that. I let him lead. We don't. Go ahead, babe. I'm right behind you. And that's what we do. That's what we do.
That trust. You trusted him enough to lead, and I think that's deep too. I think we would do that as women if we trust the person that is supposed to be leading us. But where we going? You driving in a car, you don't have a destination, sir. You can't drive me to, oh, I don't know, we're gonna figure it out. We need to know when, where, how. Yes, thank you so much for being transparent with us so far.
Anytime, no problem.
And check out Queen of Hearts podcast. Yes, please.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Chris, what have you learned from him so far? I know that he's allowed you to kind of, I hate saying the word submissive, but he's allowed you to kind of, you know, take a step back and just be cared for. Yeah. So what else have you learned from him, like in general?
I learned patience. He's very patient. He's very patient in a very calm way. There's so many other things that I've learned from him. It's just the patience is definitely one of the most important things. Consistency and persistence. Very consistent, very persistent. I seriously couldn't have asked for a better person to come in my life. I've learned so much. I don't even know where else to begin. He lets me be a woman. He lets me be soft. Like some of the things I've never gotten to experience, he lets me do. And the fact that I can honestly say I trust him 1,100 miles away, and I actually trust him. I don't trust nobody. It's hard. I trust him. I really do.
I mean, what was the dynamic that, I mean, if you don't mind speaking to that kind of like instilled that just, you know, distrust for people in general? Like, where do you think that stems from? Like, have people always kind of disappointed you, friend, family?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Absolutely. Disloyalty and infidelity and family secrets. I mean, you can tell someone something, just take it to the grave, and then everybody knows. So that's where the trust issue started.
Right.
And it's just hard for me to just open up. And even in relationships sometimes, and when you get into arguments with your significant other, then they throw jabs at you with the stuff that you told them in secret.
Yeah.
So it was hard for me to open up. You know, he taught me communicating. He really taught me how to communicate. I was hard-headed. I didn't want to say nothing. What's wrong? Nothing. Like, that was me. Nothing. And listen, I want you to be my wife, but I need you to speak to me. I want to know what I did wrong. Tell me what I did wrong. Let's work this out. I spill my guts. We work it out, and we're good.
Yeah. Because like I said earlier, I think it hurts a man inside to just not know. Like, when women, we play this manipulative game sometimes, like, oh, nothing's wrong. Don't do that. Please don't do that. That eats away at men. It really does. Because you have the power, but we have the power, but don't misuse it. Don't misuse your feminine power. Like, you know what I mean? We already run the damn world. Like,
right.
Like, I love that, you know, and that you're using your communication skills for good and not to manipulate him or get your way, or, you know,
it's just to keep the peace. Beautiful. You know, keeping the peace and just being honest with why I'm upset, what made me upset, what made me angry. And for me to just not hold it in. And that's what I've been doing in all my relationships, because I want to keep the peace. So I don't say anything, or I don't, you know, verbalize how I feel. but he allows me to be transparent. He allows me to be open. He wants to talk to me. He wants to sit and for us to work it out. And when we do, we don't even argue. We talk.
Because it doesn't have to be that.
It doesn't have to be that way. We literally sit and we just talk. Calm, just like this. All right, babe. It won't happen again. And then we move on. So he's taught me how to communicate. I will say that, and I'm thankful for that. I'm still learning, but
we're always learning. And what Mata said in the comments, he said, like, he's a really good friend. He said, we're not mind readers. He's a man. He says, we're not mind readers.
Right.
And the whole notion, if he should know, or if he wanted to, he would. It's like, girl, you better communicate, because you are a special case. Like, you are not like any other woman. So he has to treat you delicately. If women want men to stop generalizing us, we need to stop generalizing men and just expecting them to know everything. Like, no, sis, like, you are special. Like, you don't give yourself enough credit. You are so unique. Let him know your unique needs. You're not everyone else. Like, hey, maybe I don't like this. You know, that's just me. I don't know about any other woman, but talk to me nice. This is how you're going to treat me. And you have to tell people how to treat you. You have to set your standards and let them follow suit. And if they don't meet those standards, peace. Bye.
Exactly.
Get with it or get lost.
Exactly.
I love that. So besides the distance, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a challenge. I mean, I know you would prefer not to be distant, but, you know, when you first got together, what were your challenges dating? Did you face anything that, you know, besides, I know you spoke to communication. It was kind of harsh at first, but what other challenges did you face?
I had to break down the wall that I had up, because I had this wall up and, you know, just trying to always just tough it out, or I didn't want no one to know what was going on, and just keeping a lot of things to myself. It was just this wall that was up, and I just couldn't trust anyone, end up to tell them anything. Brick by brick, he taught me how to break it down. Brick by brick.
Patience.
That patience, that kindness, and that's what I needed. I just feel at peace. I feel happy. I feel relaxed, and that was what I was looking for. And I knew in the relationship, you know, he pours into me, and like I said, I want to pour into him. I don't want to be a liability to him. I want to be his asset as well. I don't want to be somebody that yells and comes home and we got to argue. Like, he's calm, I'm calm, we're good. Communication, right?
Yes. And you want to think about you throughout the day. I mean, you see these jokes where husbands say, like, they work late to avoid their wife. Like, that really happens. You don't want to be that person. You want him to be running home to you, like, oh, stay 15 minutes. My girl at home. Oh no, like, you know what I mean? You want to be his peace. His safe place.
Right. And it's good that we're kind of separated now, because once we get together, you know, it's us forever, and me catering to him and everything. And at the same time, it allows me to learn him even more from a distance. And even when we FaceTime and we have our moments and our conversations, I still get to know him even more. And then he, you know, whether he flies up here and I fly down there, and then we have our moments together, he's my safe space, I'm his. And I'm, yo, babe, let me hold you real quick. Like, don't hold me, let me hold you. You know what I mean? And I just, you know, I hold him. We hold each other, and you know, that's what I wanted. That's what I craved for.
That's like an unspeakable bond. Like, only you two know. You know, I think there's something that speaks to, like, FaceTime dates and talking. Like, you turn on the phone, y'all give each other that look. It's like, no, I don't know. People don't get it. Like, they just wouldn't understand, you know? Like, that.
And I still get it, yeah.
We're just talking with our eyes. Thank you for speaking to that. How soon did you kind of delete? I say you didn't use apps, but, I mean, maybe there were, like, potential male callers at the time. How soon did you kind of, like, delete those numbers, throw away your little black book if you had one? Like, when did you just, like, focus on him, complete tunnel vision?
So when those past potentials or whoever will hit me up, I'm in love. I'm in love.
Go away.
I'm in love. Yeah, I'm in love. So you don't want to, I'm in love. Nope. Sorry.
Ooh, more people need to do that. More people need to do that, because girls especially, we feel bad, and I wish we need to stop doing that. We still,
not anymore.
I don't want him to be mad. This is my ex, but hey, we say hey back, and it's like, no, tell them what you just said. Oh, I'm in love. And men, y'all need to do that too. Oh, she was just hitting me up, you know. I didn't hit her up. She hit me up. Well, you need to tell her I'm in love. Don't you see my girl on my page? Scrap.
Right.
Scram.
I'm like, nah, I'm in love. Oh, you can't have friends? Nope. Nah, I'm good. I told you the whole summer, fiance. That was me the whole summer. Nope, I'm good. Because it's like, once that, oh, we're friends now, and then you're inviting somebody else in that wants you. They're going to do everything in their power to get you, manipulate you, do what they got to do because y'all just friends. And then you put yourself in jeopardy. You just put your relationship in jeopardy. Something that you worked so hard for, you put in jeopardy because we're tested all the time.
Oh,
we say we're going to do something, and God will test us. I'm going on a diet tomorrow. So there's cake and donuts in the break room. You know what I mean? So it's like how you stay faithful in a room full of hoes, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you have that foundation, and don't be afraid if people don't like the answer. I think we want to be liked so much that we don't want to like let people down harshly. I mean, you could just easily say, hey, I'm married. Hey, I'm in a relationship. You're not like, you know how it was like one little trend that was going on. Like, hey, babe, what if someone asks you for a date? What do you say? And then they were just like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm in a relationship. And she's like, you're sorry? What do you mean you sorry you in a relationship? No, just say, hey, I'm spoken for.
That's it. It's just that simple.
What else? No answer is answer to. Just ignore them.
Right.
You see me madly in love. Like, I'll still get DMs. Like, motherfucker, I got a whole show. I got a whole show with my man. I'm not checking for you. Where was y'all at when I was trying to date and I was lonely here with my cat?
Oh my
Me and
God,
Pino sitting here with wine.
When I was single, I'm like, I was single. Oh, so you really in love? Yeah, I am. I really am.
But you ain't met me though. I think it's a competition for some people, and that's so sick. You know what I mean? Leave well enough alone. Like, you see someone happy, this goes for the hoes and like the man hoes. Leave people alone. Don't slide in the DM for affirmation to see if you still got it. No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be trying to reach back out to me.
Right.
So I love that.
The fact that we just hit the 8 billion population. There's plenty of other women out there for you. I'm not the one. I'm in love. Oh, you can't have friends? No. And it's like, now I gotta lie. I gotta lie about you, and I gotta lie to him. Why would I do that?
And that's a waste of your time. When you value your time,
it's a waste of everybody's time. Everybody
value it. Anything that is not, like you're just thinking tunnel vision, linear. Anything that has a disruption or just putting you off course, I don't have time for it. If you ain't talking about money, if you ain't talking about excelling, look, say it louder for the people in the back. Like, no, leave me alone. And I don't know. I just asked you that question because you hear a lot of don't put your eggs in one basket thing and like talk to multiple people until someone proves it. For me personally, I have to vet someone out one at a time, and it takes me no time. If I'm talking to multiple people at once, I'm not focused and I might miss something.
Exactly.
I might miss something. You know what I mean? So I need to talk to one person at a time, vet them out. Peace. All right, next. You, peace. So I love that you said that.
Yeah, I can't talk to multiple people at once either. It has to be just that one person. I can't. It's too much. Oh, well, we were supposed to meet this day, and then you gotta meet that person at the same time. Like, I don't want
to. Boy, I forgot about you.
Oh, right. I'm good. Just one person, and if it don't work out, on to the next. You know what I mean?
Right. Cool. And I ain't got enough date night outfits. It's like,
thank you.
I got 3 good outfits in my closet. Like, I can't have a date every day of the week.
Right.
I can't. No, I'm gonna be wearing the same pants.
It's like you just get to know one person at a time, not multiple people, and then you get mixed up, and you might call him Derek, and his name is Brian, and who's Brian? I'm Derek. Like, what? Like, you know what I mean? So
it's me, Jessica.
Right. So it's just, if you work so hard or you prayed so hard for your future husband or your future wife, just don't put yourself in a position to jeopardize that. You know what I mean? I don't put myself in any position to jeopardize anything that I prayed for, that I asked God for, and God came through. I can't
God
have
did.
no, I can't have no friends. I don't want no food. Oh, just go out with my friends. Nope. Nope.
I think, like you said, once you realize that you're going to be tested daily, you know how to look out for that too. You know how to be vigilant, because people just like, oh, I fell for the okey doke again.
Right.
Girl, you better
Right.
learn from the last time.
Stop feeding your
You
flesh. Stop doing it.
look, y'all better start looking out for signs. Y'all be
Right.
going for the okey doke. He got your number saved as Papa John's. Like, you better know what to look for. You better call him while y'all with him. What's your number pop up as? If it ain't even saved, it's time to leave. You know what I mean? Just
Exactly.
I don't know. We gotta stop being so damn gullible, but that's a whole nother talk. Like, you know.
Yeah. Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
Same.
Just,
so what are your plans for the future? This last question, bringing it on in. What are your plans for the future? I mean, you guys are distant. You're in New York. He's in Florida. Like, when are we gonna be united for good?
So the plan is for me to move back to Florida, and we're going to get married from there and start our life there. So I'm giving myself a couple of years just to get things situated with me up here, because I don't want to just go and I don't have anything to back me up. Or again, I don't want to be his liability. I want to be an asset. So I'm getting myself together. I'm enjoying the present. I'm enjoying my own space. I'm enjoying me before I become a wife. So I'm just enjoying who I am as a woman before I say I do. Having my life going now, just doing me, just enjoying my space, my company, just me in my bed, like by myself. Like, I'm just enjoying the present.
With your moo-moo on?
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Rip this wig off. I'm just enjoying the present, just enjoying. I enjoy my company. You know what I mean? That means a lot to me too.
Yeah, I think so many of us rush and want to be booed up and be a wife. And it's just like, sis, like, you literally live with your parents. You went to college. You had roommates. You got out of college. You had roommates then. And then you potentially go live with a guy. When have you ever had your own space as a woman and just walked around naked with your titties hanging out?
Right. It's just you. It's just you in your own place. Like, just enjoy that moment.
You shave your legs.
You
just
right.
Like, you want to leave a cup in the sink.
Right. I can do that. You know,
it's my crib.
Just, you know, enjoy the present. You know what I mean? Enjoy your single season, because this is when you're really getting to know yourself. If you're doing the work, self-love, and giving yourself time just to heal. You know what I mean? And I promise to God, when you start loving yourself, it's like everything that you manifested is just going to come. Like, everything, you're just going to attract love. You're going to attract everything. You just,
because too many of us are operating out of a place of hate. Like, and you know, and to close out this, that's why we made this platform. We're tired of seeing the Alpha Man podcast, and, you know, the women saying that men are doing this and men saying women are doing this. Like, okay, well, let's highlight people that are actually making it work. Let's highlight people that actually have some damn sense. Right. Want to talk about, you know, their healing journey and their awareness, self-awareness, you know what I mean? And their growth, you know, like, I just wanted to create this platform for that reason. And I really thank you for just, you know, putting yourself out there, being vulnerable with us. Girl, we love Chris. We never even met Chris. And Chris is soul food. Give us a plate. We need a plate. Okay. Thank you so much. And any closing words for people that are dating online? I mean, I know you said enjoy your single season, but anything else you want to leave us with? Like, what would you say? What advice would you give to the girls?
Just start loving yourself. Honestly, start loving yourself. That's number one. Number two, long distance relationships are not easy. They're not easy. They're not cheap. They're very expensive. But if you have the patience to just wait, if you're in love, just gotta do what you gotta do. Right. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do.
Delayed gratification.
That, say your affirmations, you pray together. FaceTime, you know, it's just FaceTime is a definite big help. But you just honestly, you just gotta keep the faith. Keep the faith. Pray that it'll work out. At the same time, continue to do you.
Right.
see, do what you gotta do in the meantime. You know what I mean? Like love is there. It's. I feel like there is no, even though you're at a distance. I feel like the bond is just not gonna break that easily.
Mm-hmm. You can survive anything, and I think even when people get married, maybe your husband goes off to work, like people are gonna have distance somewhere in their relationship. They might not be tested on it early as you did, but it's gonna come a time where you have to do what's best for the family.
Right.
You might have to be apart, and if you can't practice that skill, or you're so needy and so codependent, you got to be under each other all the time. You're gonna break. So it's good to just practice that. It's good to practice that.
It's like even the distance now, when we see each other, it's just passion. You know what I mean?
Girl,
like,
don't I know?
It's
y'all see my video?
Right. You know what I mean? So listen, everything is gonna work out. Like I said, you just gotta have the patience to do it. It's very expensive, but you plan accordingly. Amen. Definitely, as long as you guys are always on the same page, you communicate, do what you gotta do for your relationship. Seriously. Okay. If I can find love, I feel like anybody can find love, because I did not think it was gonna happen. No, seriously, I swear.
A lot of us don't.
I never thought that it was gonna happen, especially this quick.
Well, you deserve it, and like you said, you allowed it to flow freely through you, and you just exude that, and it's no wonder why it came to you. You set yourself up, or you asked for it. Look, y'all better be careful what you asking God for.
No, listen, he delivers. God delivers.
God did. Well, thank you so much for tuning into our show. Thank you for being a guest, Claudine. You guys, make sure you follow her on all her socials. We're going to get this podcast back up and running. Okay?
I know. But in the meantime, follow me on TikTok. Claudine Hart.
Claudine Hart. Okay, on TikTok. And I'll plug it in. Thank you guys so much. All right, Claudine, well, you have a good night. Thank you so much for just being a guest on the show. All right, thank you guys. This was Love at First Sight.
Bye.